This is the Steppin Razor, the art of war. We're there with you on next Thursday. So Elise Kelly just complete our program with Stephen Marley, Haile Selassie in the chapel. You know, that was done originally by Bob Marley, written by Martimo Plano. Martimo Plano wrote that song from the melody of "You Saw Me Crying in the Chapel." Long time song from them days there. Where you hear Jadi just playing it on the piano. Yeah, this is the Steppin Razor, the art of war. I hope you're still there with me, you know. You know, the ones that tell me, say, Muta, oh, me know you tell the people, them say, must follow you. It kind of, I can't remember it all. So, all right, so we're going to say it now. We want you follow me on Real Mutabaruka Instagram, Real Mutabaruka. I don't know where you follow me for, but, you know, and I will stop you from follow me. Go and follow me. Still, you might just see something where will make you think. Because that's what it's all about. Okay, so here we go again. Long time into music, talking about the visit of Haile Selassie to Jamaica in 1966. So we passed that and we reached 2017, and the voice of the Rastaman is still echoed east, west, north, and south of the world. You know, one of the things with Jamaica and what makes it unique is that Rastafari was started here, so them call Rastafari a religion. Well, Jamaica gave the world a religion. I don't know of any other country in this part of the world that gave the world a religion. Because most of the religions that we adhere to came from the East, or what them call the Middle East. You know, so a lot of things is really important to see what is happening here. That for a little island to produce a religion that is now recognized in all of the theological books or dictionaries or whatsoever them put these things in, is a very significant thing to know that this little island, even though Rastafari has been persecuted over the years and Rastafari has been despised and mocked and jeered, we have come through thick and thin and is recognized as a legitimate religion in the world. Legitimate religion in the world. So we just want the people them to know that the stone that the builder refused become the building. Not just a head cornerstone, it's a building that, you understand? And even though the majority of Jamaicans still seen say it's foolishness, we who declare that, no say, it's not foolishness. It's just a different way of looking on spiritual perspectives. Because most of the time when we say it outside of Jamaica, people liken it to something else that them know. You know, if you're in a certain country in the world and you're talking to someone, them say, oh, you mean, like when I say certain things, them say, oh, you mean like the sadhus, or oh, you mean like the Buddhists, or you mean like that. So a whole heap of people liken it to something that them know. In Jamaica, we don't have no reference point that is beyond Christianity. No reference point beyond Christianity. So when we say Rastafari and we start to talk about the tenets of Rastafari, people upright say it's foolishness because them can't equate it with nothing that them would see as them Christian belief. And they have no other factor to bring into the equation. To say, oh, I see what you say, like where this I say or that I say. That is why it continued to be such a despised philosophy in Jamaica. Yet still, we continue the journey. We continue the journey. We're not going to make because what people are saying. Because Rastafari is not getting less because of what we have been saying. It's not getting less. As a matter of fact, more ones is recognizing that it is a legitimate philosophy and theology that can liberate the minds and the heart of many people, especially African people in this part of the world. According to the brethren from the University of the West Indies, him said Rastafari is the memory of the Jamaican people. And that is really something else. Because if it was Rastafari, a whole heap of things that was forgotten about Africa and about self, pride and dignity would not come to the forefront. And is Rastafari the vanguard of that recognition of self and how black people see themselves as it relates to world history. We are talking about in Jamaica. When I say the first group of people that make people recognize that, because I say in Jamaica, it is the Rastafari community that bring the attention of Marcus Garvey to the forefront. It is the Rastafari philosophy that make people even more aware that there is a continent named Africa that we must not see as just a dark continent where people are run up and down while and I go boogo 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 bong 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 bong. No, it is a legitimate understanding of self because the majority of Jamaican people, even though them don't want to accept it, their ancestors came from Africa, the majority. And all who feel like they mix and mix this and mix that. Somehow our foreparents get raped and bring us to all of these different shades. But when you get right down to it, the majority of Jamaican people, including Shamara, is African. But guess what? Them not accept it. Them not accept it. Now look for me, so you not accept it. Very difficult for one to consider them Africa. Can I say, oh me never come from Africa, I'm an African. I'm a Jamaican, like J-U-M-A-K-I-A-N, you know, Jamaican. Because they want to emphasize how ridiculous it is to say that you're an African. Which really and truly, being an African don't negate you being a Jamaican. And that is the problem with the whole heap of Jamaican. When them hear say African coming in the equation, them start to say, yeah, me never go Africa yet, man, I'm an African. Yet still the man who we call Chinese, who they have hundreds of years, were there and build up him supermarket and him little grocery shop. Everybody identify him as Chinese and him he never got China yet. Him born here, so him go a Campion or him go a one school uptown. Him never got China yet, but everybody recognizes him as a Chinese. So how ridiculous it is that is only the African Jamaicans don't associate themselves with Africa in no way at all. Because we were taught to believe that everything come from Africa is crooked, is evil, not to be accepted as any civilized way of life. But every other group of people maintain and recognize themselves in a Jamaica. And our leaders, who most of them is African, even though them don't want to say it, is afraid to push that agenda of being African in Jamaica. Because them know say, even though they make Marcus Garvey be a national hero, and Marcus Garvey agenda was Africa for African, those at home and those abroad, them no want to continue that move and that saying. Them see it as something we gone a long time, but yet still every man have to find him vine and him own fig tree, vine and him own fig tree. Him have to find it one day and find it quick too. Because you see how we are going in the earth, you know. You see we are going in the earth, you know. Everybody has set up themselves nationalistically. Yes, if there is such a word. Everybody has set up themselves. The Chinaman has set up himself. You know, so the Chinese now move army in the East Africa there. So them a militarize this for their interest in Africa. And even though the Americans them did have them army there's a long time, them start to ball out now. So the Chinese are move their military inside of East Africa they know. And we know that the colonization that we saw in centuries gone by is not going to look like the colonization that is taking place right under our nose now, and we don't recognize it. We don't recognize how important it is to understand colonialism, not from the perspective of British colonialism or French colonialism or even Dutch colonialism, but understand it from a different perspective, that we can see it. That we can see it. Because if we continue to give away our land, and we know that land is the basis of power. If you don't have any land, you don't have any power. Because most of the wars that has been fought on earth was fought over land. Check it if you think it's joke me I make. Even the religious wars is fought over land. Land is what people fight for. And when they claim that them free the Africans from the plantation in Jamaica, we are talking about Jamaica specifically, even though we know it goes other places. When them free the Africans them in Jamaica, they declare that the Bucky Master must get £20 million for compensation for the loss of slave labor, £20 million. And the slaves did not get anything. So when you left a man and tell him say him free, and when you let him go and you don't give him nothing, and him can't go up on no land because all of the land them is owned by Bucky Master or owned by the Crown and the British Empire, what you expect him to do? Because if him go start a little thing catch up over this, so you hear say him a squat, and up to this day in Jamaica, more than 1/3 of the population is seen as squatters. So we're still living in a slave plantation scenario situation. And there's no war that is being fought here over land, because we still don't recognize how important land is. But if you look on Pakistan and India, it's one country, you know, and the British go divide it up and call one Pakistan and one India. If you look on all of the Caribbean island them, you recognize how it's not the people them, the indigenous people of the land that them find themselves in, is the owner of those land. Most of the land in Jamaica is not owned by Jamaicans. Non-apologetically. Most of the beach land where you see a bill up there so now, it gets sold out by our bossy slave them who live in a parliament. Click it. Yes, Steppin razor, the art of war. So we talked about the land a while ago, and how we don't recognize the importance of land because we never did own any when we come here, so we take it as just, you know, another thing. Yet still the people them round way who control the majority of Jamaican people, them see and know the importance of land. And the new colonial masters that is coming into Jamaica know the importance of land. So when they make deal, the deal include land. What me say? Me say when they make deal, it include land. That is why we see all of the North Coast full up now with foreign investments. And the majority of Jamaican people don't have access to those land anymore. So it's not a theoretical thing me I talk about. Even in England, the British Isles, Scotland, Ireland, when you look upon the war them that these people fight, it fight over the right to land. So we must develop an attitude of land power, because everybody needs land space. And if we don't control the land in Jamaica, we're going to have more than 1/3 of the population deemed as squatters. How the hell you can live in our country with 2.7 million people? We could call it 3 million and 1 million people in a Jamaica. What did I say a while ago?
3 million.
How much of the population them say a squatter? 1/3 of the population a squatter. Can you believe that? I know me I say that, you know. Are the people them who know if we calculate these things that say that we need some land. It's very important. But then again, the ones them who control the country were so dead, them can't give away the land without any repercussions to them. Because them know that when them left, the younger generation have to come up now, come deal with how them squander the land, the Jamaican land. And the guys have so-called investments. When we know that the investments them is going back to the country of origin of the people them who control the land. It's a weird situation we find ourselves in now. So we know about capture land. That was your 3 p.m. special pot draw. Congratulations to all of today's winners. Tune in later at 5 p.m. for another chance to win in top draw dollars. Pick 2, pick 3, pick 4, and cash pot draws. Okay, you know we have a Cool Oasis Cash Madness going on from last week. It has been going on, and we actually had winners last week. We want to hear the person who won last week. We have a new winner this week, but we soon tell you about the winner. Meanwhile, we're waiting for the connection. We want to play this brand new tune, you know, because we say the slave mill still a turn, but it a grind slow. So even when it a grind slow, we think say nothing now go on to it a grind slow, you know, but we know say the slave mill still a grind. Believe me, we have got into this song and we have on the line one of the winners from the Cool Oasis Cash Madness. Ron?
Yes, good evening.
Good evening, sir. All right. So which part you win from?
Negril.
Negril?
Yes, Negril.
Which gas station that?
In Montego Bay, I went to the Montego Bay service station, Barnett Street.
Eh?
Yeah, man.
And what? Tell me how that go.
Went there by a $5,000 gas, and while on the road, I see some men behind me blow a horn. So I stop.
You think a gunman or police?
No. So when I stop, I wonder if there's something wrong with the vehicle.
Oh.
So I stop, them ask me for which part I buy the gas, and I tell them. Yes, man, and they ask me, the cool words for the day.
The cool word?
Yeah, man, the cool word for the day.
So you didn't know the cool word?
Yeah, man, I daddy me here with the cool word, you know. Ask daddy if he helps me out, and he helps me out and get it.
So what was the cool word?
Rubicon.
Rubicon?
Yes, man, Rubicon.
Oh, what kind of cool word? That don't sound cool.
We did a wonder too.
Lubricant, you say, right?
Yes, man.
Then that don't sound like a cool word. Lubricant.
And that tell me if you tell them so, and that me tell them.
So wait, you know. So all you know who did that drive, you know? All you don't know is a police or a thief are driving, you know? You never did that fret no time at all, say who this a blow me so?
No, not really, you know. Okay, we don't have no fear.
Your conscience clear, man. Your conscience clear.
Yes, clear.
Because I mean, me start to wonder who the hell because my conscience not clear at all. That's what drive it. And I blow me so. Anyway,
Yeah.
so you win 10,000.
Yes, man.
So you know buy gas on the grill?
No, not in Negril.
Wow, I'm paying bad gas on the grill.
No, Montego Bay. Travel to Mobile regularly.
Oh, you're a taxi man?
Mobile.
You're a taxi man?
No taxi man.
So where you go to Mobile go do all the while? Regular
shopping.
So. Eh?
Shopping, regular shopping.
What? You're igla?
No.
Well, I got two things make you could have gone mobile so after you know. One are ignorant and the other one me no want to say it, but that's serious thing that. Anyway, congratulations still.
Alright, thanks much.
So where you spend all $10 yet?
No, me not spend it off yet. Buy mommy something, man.
A $2 bill you get?
No, straight 1,000.
Eh?
Yeah, man.
Oh, I know. Them say you're supposed to give me 10%.
Oh, you forget 10%?
Yeah, I mean, I come on mobile this weekend, so look out for me.
Alright, you're going to do on your grill when you do a mobile.
No, me I go on mobile. I'm mobile, me I go in a brethren.
Alright, no problem.
Give me your license plate off here. Left your license plate with the operator, yeah? Alright, so give thanks, yeah? Congratulations again.
Alright, thanks, man.
Yeah, Cool Oasis Catch Madness. Rowan Williams from Negril, Westmoreland. Really win 10,000 Jamaican dollar after a car drive him down on the road and him two have no fear in him. Him just stop. Me I tell you all me. And no fear me have it a be. Me don't stop so. Me I drive go to a police station, I drive go to the next gas station. But you can't be driving to the gas station and get it over because man just fire shot in the gas station, I don't care. And police station, tell them shoot up. They have told police station yesterday. Yeah, fire shot in the police station. You think them easy? Them youth nowadays, them not easy at all. Okay, so we're there with you. And our time over there, so our time over here, so all right. We could go back to this tune right now. Yeah, this is the Steppin Razor. You know, this article here catch my attention, you know, and it's the same thing over and over. It come like this thing here go on every year, not every year, every week now. Yeah, this thing here with children and them ear and all them something. Sophia Black-Hines, you know, we try to get in contact with them, but it never work out. It never work out. But we know say anybody who listen to we now can tell whosoever responsible or who this thing happening at all can call we anytime during the program. Sophia Black-Hines wants a public apology. Well, everybody have to start apologize now. Last week I asked for public apology from my child. I know we are here, but another public apology from, listen to this, you know, people of Jamaica. Come here to say the thing get away, you know, it get away. Sophia Black-Hines wants a public apology from the graduation coordinator at Cambridge High School and the graduation fee of $15,000 to be refunded after her daughter was denied the chance to take part in the ceremony. This is a graduation ceremony. Black-Hines explained that on her graduation day, her 17-year-old daughter, Sharon Graham, the deputy head girl, wanted to look beautiful for the occasion, so she added braids to her ear, which had started to grow back after she lost it during chemotherapy. That means a cancer business, you know. Chemotherapy. Sharon was diagnosed with cancer last October. The little girl wanted to look beautiful for her graduation because she take chemotherapy and her ear just started to grow back. Okay. Black-Hines said she purchased a few packs of natural braids and wove them into Sharon's ear. However, when she turned up for the graduation, she said her daughter was reprimanded by the graduation coordinator and later asked to remove her gown by the principal, despite being slated to deliver the valedictory speech. That's so serious to take this together, you know. She said that when she reached the graduates were just about to start marching into the church. As he reached at the steps, the teacher said to her, "At this you are going to do yesterday. At this you got to do yesterday, and now come back pick up the speech." I better read this again because this. At this you got to do yesterday, and now come back up the speech, and now come to pick up back the speech, and that it should have read. In front of everybody, she felt so embarrassed, she bawled, Black-Hines said. She said Sharon was so traumatized, her pressure went up, And she had to be rushed to the hospital. That would have made me rush to the hospital too. As a matter of fact, I could have had a stroke. If I was my granddaughter, I would have stroke too. Black-Hines also wanted her husband's plane fare reimbursed as she paid over 1,000 years to attend the ceremony. She was asked to alter her vacation leave by chance so that she could witness her graduation. Grace McLean, Chief Educator Officer of the Ministry of Education, said the ministry does not dictate the rules as it relates to graduations. But if there are areas where persons are treated unfairly, then we would have to intervene. For this particular case, I would have to get further information before I'm adequately able to respond, she said. Okay, so this parents is saying, look here man, our picnic just have chemo, and I ear just a grow back. So she decides, well, I true little girl want to look what she classified as look good. She buy some braids and put in her picnic here. And them stop her now and say she can't graduate, she can't deliver the valedictory. But the girl is the
deputy head girl.
The deputy head girl. That means that she's a good student. She's a good student. And you tell me now, say some braids in a little pin head are going to make you not graduate. No, Rasta. So when the Ministry of Education and all of these things we are going on with head and ear and whatsoever is right and proper and them things with the school them. Oh, me not hear nothing come out about these things. What is alright, them I say Grace McLean, Chief Education Officer of the Ministry of Education, said the ministry does not dictate the rules as it relates to graduations. But this is not the first graduation, second or third graduation or that this happen. And apart from just graduation, there's a thing about these people with head and ear. I don't understand what is it in Jamaica with this thing about head and ear. I mean, really and truly, why you don't want to stop a little picnic now from graduate? I obviously is a highly respected little girl. Very highly respected. She have cancer, chemotherapy. And now, when you do something to the little picnic now, make sure to rush go hospital. Because that alone supposed to make you ball along the place. Me I read it as soon me want ball too. I don't understand these people, Rasta. Me a Rasta yes or no? Me a Rasta, right? And me love natural hair. But me I gonna know say a little picnic have cancer, do chemotherapy, and can't all them sick pretty and all them way there. She want to put a little weave in her ear and to make, you know. And them a tell her say she can't graduate, Rasta. If your ear eye, them want it cut off. If you put your ear in some design for your head, them want it cut off. If your ear dreadlock, them want you cut it off. If you put a little weave in your head now, them want you take it out. Then me not hear China people are getting entanglement with these things. Eh? All the little white people them where I go to school, me not hear nobody tell them say, go home back because them ear too long, it gone on them shoulder. Me don't understand these people, Rasta. So me don't know where the mother are going to do that now. The mother want back her $15,000. And she want back her $1,000 where husband pay for plane fare. She not get back the plane fare where I go, you know. She not get back the plane fare. The $15,000 sound like something where you can work with. But nobody ever tell you to come look here. And him take that for him own thing. And if him get disappointed, him just get disappointed. I don't say it go, but really and truly, them should have really think about that one you know. Consider and say a little daughter where sick. You know, I mean, them should have really. I mean, she was diagnosed with cancer right and she get chemotherapy and her ear cut off. You know, when you do chemotherapy, you get ball, you know. Ball, October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June, July. So you talk about 6 months. Yeah, you're supposed to grow back, you know, but really and truly, man, oh gosh, man. Cambridge High School people them. Oh gosh, man, someone really a penalized little girl because weave in her head. Maybe one of them want to call me and tell me if it's really so this thing I go, because it gone away. We are hearing from different schools all over the island. You have someone who reported, you know. Yeah, man, you have people call me and say, Mota, why you want to little picnic at school, you know, and they might tell the picnic for go and go through. And him no locks like you, you know. And they might tell me, him no locks like you, you know, and they might tell him for go through him. What the hell is wrong with these people with ear? Eh? Them why everybody walk around with them head bar like my bottom, you know, why? You're going to get educated more, you're better educated. You learn something, how to groom yourself properly by not having ear by your head at a certain height, or having locks, or because you decide, say, two sides of your head ball and the top. I mean, what is this? Click it. No, an article catch me eye in the week. Really and truly, we really want to deal with it because it kind of, I try to figure out what it is really that is being spoken of. As a layman, I don't really understand about a gonorrhea superbug. These terminologies I don't really understand. So forget we kind of understand it. We want to talk to Dr. Alison Nicholson. She's the consultant microbiologist at the University of the West Indies and lecturer at University of the West Indies. Good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon.
Okay. The article in the newspaper is what brought me attention to this super bug that they mentioned. I don't know if it was your term or it was the person who was speaking to your term. Was it your term?
It's actually a term that is being used now widely.
A gonorrhea super bug?
Yeah, the thing is, it's not only referring to gonorrhea, the organism causing gonorrhea, but it's a term that we have coined because we have found that a lot of bacteria have become resistant to the antibiotics that would normally treat them easily. So gonorrhea kind of blazing the trail.
Yes.
And so it has focused our attention, and it's actually good because, you know, it will create excitement. So when we have people looking at Neisseria gonorrhea, that's the name of the organism, we can say, hey, it's not just this organism that's a problem. We have a whole set of organisms that antibiotics are losing their effectiveness again.
All right. We reach a stage now where Jamaica, a man now, him go deal with a woman and him go get a test and him tell him say it's gonorrhea. Him say, thank God I'm gonorrhea and I don't know HIV.
Oh boy.
So we're not serious problem now because where I says that this I mean what is it? What is it?
All right, so the organism causing gonorrhea is a bacterium. All right, you have different types of germs. You have viruses, and you know about those that cause the cold, the flu, chicken pox, and so on. And then you have bacteria separately. They cause a different set of infections. So gonorrhea in particular, and that is that sexually transmitted disease, and it manifests by a discharge from the penis, a discharge from the vagina. Sometimes the women might not have any symptoms at all, but the men most times will have symptoms. And therefore the men have the greater responsibility if they have symptoms to make sure that all of their sexual contacts are informed so they can get treatment. Because, a woman may not know because she may not pick up the symptoms. The symptoms are definitely more marked in the male. And so if she doesn't pick up that, you know, this is a little unusual, something strange is going on, she might go on with the gonorrhea and not be treated. Mm-hmm. And how it would show up is that it could damage her tube, she could become infertile, you know, can't have children and so on, and other, you know, worse infections. So the male has a responsibility to at least tell the clinic, and then the clinic will contact the different persons if he is afraid to do it himself, I would imagine.
Well, you know, some most men now go on up to that.
Well, you know, there are a few who they actually do it, but they call it contact tracing. So the clinic has a program, you know, if they're going to a clinic, there's a program where they will try to contact the person. So they trace the contacts of the person who has the infection and tell them to come in so they can get treatment.
I don't know if you ever hear of this, but You have some man, I don't know if it's now still, but I know say you have some old time man in my age group. I would think say if him have gonorrhea and him sleep with a little virgin, him will get rid of it. I don't know if you ever hear about that yet.
Utter nonsense. I know that it's been circulating for some time, but there's absolutely no truth in that at all. What you would have done is messed up another person's life.
Yeah. So how you going to get the larger population now? For deal with this new thing, antibiotic thing where now really relate to, I mean...
Well, you know, in a sense, it probably is almost like a blessing in disguise that it is gonorrhea that has hit the headlines first.
Yeah.
And the reason that it has hit the headlines is that the last antibiotic that we had that was effective against it in some places, not in Jamaica yet, thank God, but in some places, they have found organisms that are resistant to even that last strain. And now they don't have any antibiotics in the pipeline right now. They have about 4 in the pipeline, but they are way down in the pipeline.
Really? Yeah, so there's no cure for this superbug.
Exactly. Until we work out something else, there is no direct cure for the strains that are resistant to all the antibiotics. So what you'd have to do in a situation like that is try and mix and match some of those that it shows resistance to and see if somehow you get a response.
You see, right?
It's a very low incidence of them, you know, but once you see the bacteria, once you see an organism able to do that, being capable of doing that, it's just a matter of time before the floodgates open.
All right, Mama. No, this kind of sounds scary, you know. You know, said no, it sounds scary, don't it?
But it should be.
All right. My brother, you know, sit on beside me, didn't you know, as a man who very active. Where you that tell him?
Reduce your activity, sir.
Reducing the activity means say it mustn't stop, but just reduce it. But
reduce it and stick to one partner. Stick to one faithful partner, and you be faithful to that partner yourself. You understand? So basically, I mean, that has been taught, you know, and we've talked about that in all the years. But you know how it is. Sometimes people need external stimuli to prompt obedience or compliance. So I don't know if this will work.
So the latex condom, how tight now? I mean, how that work?
That's not 100% protection. At least that will offer some protection. But we do know that is not 100% protection. So for the protection that it offers, well...
So you tell abstain is the thing where to go?
Not abstain, not if you're in a relationship where, you know, you have mutual commitment.
Yeah, but most of Jamaican men have no mutual commitment, so we have to fight figure out a way.
I cannot comment on that.
No, me a comment on it. Me a say, Jamaican, all the things set up right now is that, for instance, even the youth them, you don't talk about drink responsibly and all them things. Them things that come like joke business when come on to youth or go party and them something there. When you come to a party, drink responsibly no work. So when I say now, when a man see a little girl and a daughter and a little thing where we really want to deal with and thing now, what is it that you can do in the society now to make that youth rethink? As a doctor, I mean, I know right now you're supposed to be scared because you need for that have that scare factor, but practically, is there any trust by the ministry to go out there definitely now for actually do some propaganda upon this thing when people them can say, look, you know, with knowing of that, you know, with knowing of that, is there a formula that is being used here, like how them have a, you know, corner of certain places in the Jamaica, you know, crime-ridden places, them formulas, them going to parliament, work out what them going to do with certain crime-ridden areas. Now, this is a terrible thing, you know. Is there anything that Parliament is setting up here now to deal with this? Because this is chronic. This is definitely chronic.
Yes. Well, actually, we are in the middle of drafting a national action plan against antimicrobial resistance. It is being spearheaded by the Ministry of Health, but we at the University of the West Indies had actually started doing some work on it. So we're now working together, combining forces. And we're almost finished. We're working in conjunction with WHO. This is not a Jamaican thing, as you would have gathered. As a matter of fact, in 2015, the World Health Assembly declared that they made up a global action plan. In 2014, Barack Obama declared antibiotic resistance as a threat to national security. And as a result, he threw all his weight behind it. I hope that continues. But he threw his weight behind it. And then we have a lot of action. So now there's a global plan where they design a template and all member countries are supposed to come up with their action plan. We are in the middle. We're almost finished with our action plan. And a part of it includes going across the country with the message and heightening awareness. The gonorrhea has helped us to bring our message across. But as I said before, gonorrhea is just one. Antibiotics is really a fantastic development in the field of medicine, but we are in danger of losing it because the bacteria have learned the secret of our antibiotics and they are just walking away from them like water.
All right.
So we now need to tell people, look, there's a way that you have to take your medication. There is a particular thing that you have to do in order to reduce this resistance that is popping up all over.
You have some unscrupulous pharmacists. All right. This resistance to certain antibiotics. Is there a move to take these antibiotics that is deemed not do have no use again? Is there a drive to remove these things from out of the pharmacies?
All right.
Leave it to the pharmacy.
No, sorry. Go ahead. Finish.
All right. You're leaving the pharmacist to say this antibiotic is not good again. So you need to take this off of the shelf. Is there a drive to make sure that the pharmacies remove these antibiotics from off of the shelf? Or you just leave it up to the pharmacists to still sell it? Because you know they will still sell it. And when the people them come, they realize about this thing and our work. And this is one of the antibiotics that might be deemed by the so-called World Health Organization that it will have no use again. What
all right.
Yeah.
Hello?
Yes.
Yeah, but remember though, you have a wide range of antibiotics. Initially, we started out with penicillin and a few others, and then they just sprang up. The pharmaceutical companies were making them right, left, and center. And then the organisms began to learn how to become resistant. But remember now, you might have an antibiotic that is resistant against Neisseria gonorrhea, but it will still work against the streptococcus in the throat and some other big name organisms causing other infections elsewhere. So you're not going to say that you're removing this antibiotic wholesale because it doesn't work against gonorrhea, because it will work against something else.
Okay.
So the doctors have the responsibility of keeping up to date.
Telling the people them.
And because remember, they have to write the prescription for the pharmacist to fill.
Yeah.
So the doctors are, have to make sure that they're on top of it, and they will then prescribe the correct drug. And the pharmacist now must never dispense antibiotics outside of a prescription. So that should never be done under the counter. It should never be done, from a suitcase downtown or anywhere else. You must always dispense antibiotics.
So you tell me now, so if you go have faith in the pharmacist, which really and truly, my faith in a pharmacist is not very strong.
We have a good pharmaceutical system, though. They have ongoing medical education, and there are certain things that they try to stick to. And I would like to think that this antibiotic prescribing is one of the things that they stick to. I won't say 100%, but good enough compliance.
Yes. Well, I hope that we can really keep it away, because we have so much things to deal with. So now if we go find a super bug about the place and now where we can't control it now and it's out of hand. We need to really figure it out quick.
No, it's very sobering, and I really hope that although we are hearing gonorrhea and that catches our attention, we'll get the bigger message that there are many bugs, many germs like the gonorrhea germ that we are losing the fight with. And a part of how this happens, for example, you go to the doctor and the doctor gives you a prescription for antibiotics. You fill the prescription and you get directions saying take one tablet 3 times a day, and you have to take it for 7 days.
Yeah.
You take the one tablet 3 times a day the first day. The second day you take one and another one probably in the night, and then the third day you stop. That is how you get antibiotic resistance.
Okay.
Or you take half and then you share the other half with your friend who has similar symptoms because you claim that you feel better. That's how you get antibiotic resistance. So when we don't use the antibiotics properly, we use just enough to feel better, and we don't realize that the organism is still there lurking, now being exposed to the drug, and finds a way around being sensitive.
A whole heap of people do that, Mama. A whole heap of people. Them 2 days, them take the tablets. That's how I feel alright, I stop.
But that is exactly why we're having this problem now.
All right, well, give thanks for you really respond to us in such a short time.
Sure, you're welcome.
And I hope we can
Thanks for helping us get the message out.
Yeah, and if the bug reach where I can call back and tell you that I have the bug or my brethren also have the bug.
I will do my best to help you.
Because I know that we are talking my examining mind. Yeah. Okay, Dr. Alison Nicholson.
Right. Okay, thank you.
Yes, that was Dr. Alison Nicholson, consultant microbiologist at the University Hospital and lecturer at the university. We're talking about this antibiotic that is resisting the germs of gonorrhea, the superbug that is purported to be out there that might be entering here. We hear of a Canadian man that is wanted because him infect some people with HIV in a Canada thing, and him come to Jamaica and them can't extradite him because there's no law. There is a law, but it is not identifiable and specific about what do you do with a man who is wanted in the next country for HIV infection and come to Jamaica, and the law does not really show you exactly what it is supposed to happen to this man. So apparently them can't extradite the man to Canada. So him going on here so now and spread these germs amongst our dearly beloved young ladies. Meanwhile, them try to figure out if him can be extradited to Canada. And the Canadian want him. The Canadian want him. It's a serious thing. So him is like the superbug. Yeah, him is like a superbug who get entangled in the web of guilty or not guilty in a certain country. And what is his actions here while he's in Jamaica? You know, because it's because it's more than it's a whole heap of woman in effect while him wanted. Him is a wanted man for spreading the HIV. So I want my dearly beloved sisters and brothers to know that there is a man here in Jamaica that has spread HIV amongst Canadians and is wanted in Canada and is now in Jamaica. And we want you to know that, trust me, you need to find out, first of all, you better know the Canadian dialect. You hear Sanjay? Know the Canadian dialect and ask him which part of Canada him live. And from him tell you something about Canada, you know, say, you have to just say next. You understand? Because it not gonna work. You have to suspect these people. Because I'm going like him a tourist too, you know. Yeah, and you know, I know him wanted in Canada. Beware of this man. I want Jamaican people because it might be spreading the superbug from other countries to here. Because sometimes you hear at certain places of disease and I say we're at Africa again, and we don't know. So sometimes it's some people that is not African carried go there, and then it does infect everybody there. So you start to say, Lord God, Africa full of a pure disease. So this man, we don't know, but we are told that he's wanted in Canada. So, and the people them who love to ball out about because them go have sex and them and say, Lord God, when the doctor tell them say I'm gonna ride and them have to say, well, I give Lord, thank you Lord, that is not HIV. Trust me, gonorrhea now can be very detrimental. Because first time you could have just go get a little injection. You go a slide road, get a little injection and you feel good again. But trust me, the little injection where you go, let's go get now, could have just give a little cold, a little flu. You understand? Because this bug, you know, trust me, you're gonna get one joke, and when you go back, you have to get another joke, and another joke, and another joke, and your bottom become holy. You understand? You don't want that to really spread. So beware. Jamaicans, beware. That's all we have to say. We can't do nothing because we have too much things that kill we. If we go take up another thing again, if we go start all over again, you know, there's like too much things. The gunman, the food we eat, the politician them. I mean, I don't know boy. I'm glad to reach a age though. I'm glad. Oh, you think I'm not glad to reach a age? I have lived a wonderful life, but I'm glad that I lived this age. Trust me. All right. So, for the topic where we work with last night, we work with this topic, and you know, the ishawna thing is there on the lips of everyone. And last week, we didn't tell her to come apologize last week, Thursday, but she never come, and we hear now that she said she not apologize, and we hear the story kind of get earwire, and everybody talk about different aspects of the thing, and that was one thing. The thing, it now for going on a look at intellectual flamboyancy, you know, see, intellectual masturbation. People love to add other things in other thing, and when it was one thing, you understand? So here we know, we go to the root of the matter, you know, we interview Miss Lou. You understand? We interviewed Miss Lou last night. We did spend some time down at Heroes Park. We gave her a phone and we set up her and thing. Even though we had sit down on Dennis Brown tomb. One of the time, whenever I remember, say, I wish, I'm going to go have Miss Lou funeral, you know. Yeah, you know, so I forget which part of her tomb did they. I forget which part of her tomb did they, but I now realize, Dennis Brown tomb, me that talk to. Me that talk to Dennis Brown tomb, and things say she. I shout, me as a shout at me and say, Mota darling, I will have somebody all the while, you know. But, what happened? Yes. So here we are going up now. We're going to replay the interview what we do with Miss Lou, you know. Because we think say should I hear it. So we have an interview yourself first. We have an interview first. Aye, sir. Okay. Mr. Alfred McDonald, Senior Director of Commercial Development and Planning at Norman Mall International Airport. We know that there is new, you know, I did mention years ago that them need to do some retraining of these people out of the airport, you know. Because with the new terrorist thing and all, we never can tell. We don't want the people them just feel say it's a normal way now. It's a different thing. So we want to talk to Mr. Alfred McDonald. Come on, who we are talk to? Alfred McDonald, we are talking to two of them? Okay, Commander John Mcfarlane, Acting Senior Director, Airport Operation. Who's on the line now? Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Alfred McDonald here.
Alfred McDonald. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon to you, John Mcfarlane.
What? May I tell you?
There you go.
Senior Director
How are you doing?
of Commercial Development and the Commander John All right, we can talk to the Commander first because the Commander, I assume, is the one who specifically deal with what we call now the safety and the security of the airport.
You have it right, yes.
All right.
Safety and security is a part of everybody's responsibility here. Every one of us have a function in it.
When you say everyone, like the passenger will go up on the plane?
That's correct.
All right, explain to me what the passenger go up on the plane can do to secure the plane or the airport.
First of all, make sure that him don't come with nothing that is contraband or nothing that is going to cause damage on the airplane. That's the first thing we can do.
Yeah. Next thing,
and then after that, no, the issue is to recognize that a part of the protection of all of us is to do the screening, right? That pre-port screening, which is a fairly standard process internationally. And basically, all we want to do is to make sure that your carry-on bags, there's nothing in it that can either cause damage, what is called an act of unlawful interference, that it cause damage to the airplane, or that you're not carrying some contraband stuff that the overseas destination may not approve of.
Yeah.
But the important thing is not being able to do damage to the airplane, and that's what the screening process does.
All right.
And what is new technique? Go ahead.
Yeah. Recently, we hear the Americans them say them not going to allow laptop for certain from the airline coming from certain country if them don't put certain things in place. What is it that they were requiring of the countries them to put in place for laptop to be accepted on the airplane?
All right, let me put a little background to it. Their intelligence has determined that one of the kind of weapons that terrorist type people want to use, like to use now, are in fact to put bombs in laptops, so that there's a cell phone is not considered appropriate, suitable or effective enough to really cause damage. But anything bigger than that, what they call personal electronic devices, PEDs, laptops, tablets, those kind of stuff, computers, those can be configured. They seem to have found to now carry explosive devices on them. So what the Americans have said is that before those can be configured, they seem to have found to now carry explosive devices on them. So what the Americans have said is that before any passenger who is coming into the States from any port that goes straight into the States, they must be screened. You must find out if they have these personal electronic devices. If they have them, they have to be interrogated and to be specifically screened in a particular way for explosives. And if there is any evidence of tampering or a problem, then they are to be further screened and the passenger not allowed to travel.
So all right. I know of certain airports, you see, that when you're going through them take out the laptop until you must turn it on. I have never seen that happen in our airport where the immigration tell you, say, turn on your laptop.
Let me give you a history of that. Let me give you a history of that. Years ago, that used to be done for all laptops. Then internationally, they changed that by simply pushing it through the security screen and through the X-ray machine, and the X-ray machine would give you an indication as to whether the laptop was good, bad, or indifferent.
Yes.
Now that things have changed, that whole process is going to come back where you need to turn on the machine, and all various other kind of things which you will find out for those who come. But that is going to start again.
All right, so it don't start yet then?
No, yes, but I mean the whole question of additional screening of laptops is now coming back in. Yes.
But the government of America has just taken off some people off of the list of countries that them going accept them, the airlines them, because of the laptop situation. Is Jamaica? Them reach Jamaica yet?
Jamaica was never on that list. But remember now, that list there are two components to that list. Component one is the actual country itself in relation to the states.
Yeah.
And the states has a concept that country has the potential for sending people who will do them harm on their airplanes. Jamaica is not on that list. Apart from that.
That's not logical to me, because you know. It's a computer, for instance, in a Jamaica, a man can use a 3D computer and make a bomb or set up by going on a certain website. Them can show him how to make the bomb in a Jamaica, and then he carry it on the plane.
And that's the screening process that will not capture that.
All right, but the screening process don't include Jamaica at the moment.
No, but Jamaica still, that's the point. We still... it is because of our own advanced and successes in screening why we are not on that list, because they are comfortable with what we are doing in Jamaica and believe that it is of a high enough standard that they don't have to worry about it.
Can I just make an intervention though, Muta? Johnny?
Yes,
Alfred, right. So as Johnny said a while ago, Muta, Jamaica has for a long time practiced very robust safety and security measures at our security checkpoints.
Yeah.
And also the airlines that come to us also have their own security screening systems and are largely compliant with what the U.S. wants. And therefore, Jamaica is not in this particular situation a country that would be of serious concern in this situation, but it is being rolled out for all countries that have flights going into the United States. So we are fairly robust in our security systems. In fact, we test it fairly regularly. Passengers, you asked a question earlier, I want to add to what Johnny said. Passengers also are a part of that network, because if they see something that is suspicious, they must say something. If they see a bag, for example, that is just put down somewhere, they should say something to somebody. So our security systems have been working fairly well. And this measure of putting laptops through computer, etc., having somebody with electronic trace detection device look at it, just serves to sharpen that security focus.
I want hold on for the laptop.
Just one quick one, Muta. Just to say that the standards that we adhere to are the International Civil Aviation Organization standards, which all countries, including the U.S., are required to adhere to. Now, what the U.S. does, the U.S., for their jurisdiction, may from time to time put in additional measures or higher standards to protect their jurisdiction. But the standards that are to be made internationally are what we are held accountable for, and what we meet.
All right, make us hold on the computer thing. All right, I notice you say, for instance, there's almost like a pouch where you put laptop in her. When you're going through the American X-ray thing, them don't tell you must take it out of the pouch. Them tell you must take it out of your bag. But the pouch itself, them don't tell you must take it out. When you go through the Jamaican airport, them tell you must take it out. What is the reason for Jamaica say take out it out of the pouch, but when you're going through the American X-ray, them say it's all right?
But Muta, I was there not long ago, and I was asked to take out my thing as well. In fact, I had two computers in one bag, in one container, and they said, no, sir, you need to separate them.
Which one at the airport, them? Which Jamaica airport or America?
US, man, in the US. In the US, yeah, man.
Miami.
You never had your computer in the pouch, and them say take it out of the bag, but you can't leave it in the pouch.
No, I have to take it out.
Separate container.
No, you take it out and put it in the container separate, but it's in the pouch still.
No, man. Well, I've not been so privileged yet.
You serious?
That's serious.
Precisely. I know that. But there are different levels of electronic devices that you put machines through, and if they have one of those very high-tech ones, just that I haven't seen it. I've always had to take out my thing to run it through their
fully. You take it out of the pouch to fully
devices.
It always marvel me. That's always a one. I don't want to ask them the question. I say, why is it that you go through the airport now and them say, you take it out of your travel bag, but you can't make it stay in the pouch.
Them look at you and figure you cool, and look at me and figure
No, man, it's a standard thing, man. Anywhere you go, and I've been to a couple of them in the US, Canada, wherever, they are always required you to take it out and to have it separate. Each laptop must be in a separate container going through the screening device.
Yeah, well, they do that. They put it in a different container, but them don't make it take it out of the pouch. Is that me I say?
Okay.
Them take it out of your luggage. But
interesting.
All right. I don't know if you know the pouch I'm talking about.
No problem.
There's a soft pouch that you can buy and put your computer in. I have one right at the studio here right now.
Mm-hmm.
When I go through the airport, I take it out of my luggage and put it in the, because them usually make you put the computer alone in the tray. The computer in the pouch, in the tray, and then make it go through. And I just say maybe I show me, but you look guilty, so All right. So the airport. All right, we could talk about Montego Bay Airport because we are dealing with Norman Manley, but Montego Bay Airport.
The principle applies there, no? Exactly the same principle.
Yeah.
Exactly the same principle and practice applies there. One country.
Yeah, no. We are dealing with now the new regulations that and the training that is guiding now the Jamaican airport. What is it that the Jamaican who's traveling need to know that might be different than the usual just go in and take a ticket and go on and them later. What them should expect now?
Yeah, Alfred, you want to hold on here 1 minute then?
Go ahead.
Basically, Muta, the difference is only going to be in the intensity of the screening, in the sense that whereas before you may have gone through and put through your computer, put through your carry-on bags, and move on, and the only thing you might hear is the person saying, "May I give you a pat down?" or "May I do I have permission to do a pat down?" No, there may be additional questioning depending on a random nature of it, and also just the question of additional selectees, as they say, where there is a random selection by the computer of passengers who need to be further questioned. So the only difference we can expect is a little more intense screening and consequently a little longer time in the processing. But that really is what our passengers can expect.
So what about the coming in now?
That in recognition that it's a common good that we're after to make sure that all of us on board the airplane are safe. Because if I go on there as a suicide man, it's not me one going, it's everybody else.
Yeah.
So we want to make sure we protect all of us.
All right, the coming in, because maybe we are looking on the going out a lot of time, but we're not looking on the coming in. What is it now that, is there any difference now with the coming in? Because I know people don't want to embarrass Jamaica by putting certain specific regulation for the tourists then, but then maybe a man come from all place via next place and we don't know, and it might look on Jamaica as a little target.
Let me speak to you, John.
The protection on that is that, as I said, because we are all operating today a common international civil aviation organization security standard, then we rely on our regulators here in Jamaica from time to time make assessments of all the airports from which planes come from there into Jamaica, of their security systems. In the same way the US make an assessment of our security system. And once you do those, two things happen. Either they are completely satisfied that what you're doing is right, or if we find or they find that there is something you're not comfortable with, we discuss it, discuss a corrective measure, and we proceed from there on. So there's a mutual cooperation between all the airports to make sure the standards are acceptable to each other.
The
airports
Mutal, can I add something to that?
Yeah.
Right, so just two quick ones. So as Johnny said, just as how we do robust screening for our passengers going out to other countries, as he said, we are bound by the same ICAO standards, International Civil Aviation Organization standards. So the passengers coming from other places, US to us, Canada, Barbados, are expected to go through the same kind of robust security practice before they come in. So therefore, already screening would have taken place so that they don't come to us with any explosive device. You understand me? The second point I want to just underscore that Johnny said is that where the passengers are concerned, because we are doing things fairly robustly already in Jamaica, we don't expect too much discomfort for the passengers. So they should expect the same kind of security facilitation, working through the system and so on. If there's a little delay, there may be a little delay because of additional questioning. But we don't expect people to be alarmed by any measure that would be alarming to them. Yeah. It's just a matter of ensuring that people are safe going through. That's really what it is.
And what we try and do as best as possible is to use the principle of facilitation and to make it as easy and seamless as possible without compromising on security.
All right. I have to ask them questions because he's a regular traveler and I see certain things in a certain country that me really wonder how it happened, like in the Belgium airport. Or the man
man. Travel regular like Oliver, man.
Eh?
Good. You travel regular like Oliver.
Yes.
Like Oliver, man.
But it's like you see Belgium airport and you see some man just coming at the airport, blow up the airport. We see certain here, we see Turkey, them way. All right. What may I say to you now, you see? The activity around the airport, like where you enter the airport and where you come off of the plane. I find that the activity is too much inside of the airport where you go check on. there's certain airport now that don't allow, if you're not traveling, you can't enter. Not I'm talking about before you check on now.
Yeah.
I have been into airport where for you reach, you go enter the part now where you're supposed to check on, them have an X-ray machine right there, so. Not before you check on it, them have an X-ray machine where check your luggage and then now you go now to go check on. And I find say when you're in at the Norman Manley International Airport, more people inside of the place will not travel than people who are travel. What we are going to do about that? What we are going to do about that?
Let me address that one, Muta.
Yeah.
The whole security processing has changed over the years. In some areas, you screen before you enter the ticketing hall. In others, you screen after. And it varies internationally, all over the world. And there are pros and cons attached to that. What is more important, and this is what is happening worldwide now, is the whole question of monitoring and profiling of the public spaces so that you can identify as soon as possible if something is not right. And that is the direction certainly we are going. Because to put the screening functions at where you think we should put it is costly, is time, is expensive, and is not necessarily the best use of resources.
Johnny, can I add to that now?
Yeah.
Yeah, Muta. So, as Johnny said a while ago, every country has a particular threat level assessment that they do.
Yeah.
And they check to see what is the level of threat, potential terrorism, etc. that is in this. And they put their security systems in place to deal with that level of threat. And from time to time, if there's an increase in that threat level, then they put measures to safeguard the airport and the passengers and the well-wishers and the staff. Now, even though you may not see a hard security presence in, like, say, the check-in hall, there is security there that are looking at it. There are cameras that are peeping at what's happening. There are people on the outside doing surveillance. So it's covert security in a sense, and you have some over security, but the place is consistently monitored, and we take action accordingly. But if the threat level comes up and we feel that there is need to put additional barriers or to move that security screening point further out, then it's a consideration that we must have to make.
So
right, Johnny,
I know the threat level. When a man do something before, like ram a car in the building or stab up some people at the airport, when you're going to know the threat level, when you're going to raise the threat level? Because should this be something ongoing rather than waiting for a level?
One sec. There are some things that you cannot plan for.
I know.
In other words, you can put in all the measures you want in place.
Yes.
What you need to have is the ability for a rapid and effective response. And that's part of what we have in our arrangements here with our various law enforcement and other stakeholders. Because there are going to be situations. There is no perfect situation. There's no perfect protection.
No, I don't have no perfect situation. I just take sleep on a mark that. I don't have no perfect situation.
No, not taking sleep on marking that at all. It's a question of recognizing that when you go to bed at night, planning how you're going to do your program tomorrow. Another brother goes to bed at night, planning how you're going to do evil. No, our job is to think like that, but recognize that he might get one past us, how we deal with it. You put in place systems that make it very difficult for him to get past you, but if he does, what do you then do? And that's part of our own program here.
Well, let me add to that.
All right.
Muta.
You know where I say happen in our countries, and we have been to a lot of them, that when something happens here, so then they move towards it. So it's like a reaction to something.
Absolutely.
That make them do the something. So I had to know, if you see that happening in our next country, you why not turn around? It's like Trump now decides him now going to let in certain people from certain country. That means he might be proactive to that. Him now wait till it happen, him say proactivity. So me I say now, we are going to say now, all right, we can put in that amount of thing, but then now, it just take one for pass through, brethren.
Johnny, let me Muta, let me give you a little feedback on that one. So you are very correct. we have to try to anticipate what can in fact take place from what we know what's happening around the place. In fact, you may have heard, and it was on the news, that we had a simulation exercise run by our civil aviation department.
People at the airport.
Right. Which is, in effect, to say, is this system working? Are we looking at this thing? What if something happens? So we test our systems. We test to see that we can respond quickly and appropriately. If we can't prevent it, certainly we need to be able to respond quickly to it. And what we try to do is to have the kind of a surveillance around to look to see how we can attend to it. I want to give thanks that we have a fairly robust system here in Jamaica. We want to protect that thing. Yeah, our passengers are coming to a safe environment. We want to ensure that that remains the kind of a system that we have for them.
One last word, that's all, and I will give you the last word too. But you want to know, can I say something as a regular passenger traveler? I am saying, my levels, that there's too much activities going on in the departure lounge, not the departure area.
The check-in?
Yeah, there's too much activity going on inside with people who's not traveling at all. That to me, that is how I see it. Whether in the Norman Manley Airport, but especially down a Montego Bay Airport, there's too much activity by non-travelers in the departure area. So
I'll have a go, and then Johnny, you can wrap.
Yes, so you can say
we do understand, but remember my statement earlier.
Yes,
we are about the whole matter of safety and security, but we're also about facilitation, and we do have systems that look into what is happening in the areas to prevent any acts of unlawful interference with the aviation. We have a matter that we want to facilitate the meeters and the greeters and the well-wishers, because that's a part of the airport experience as well. But we will look certainly at ensuring that people are safe in doing so. So I do understand the concern, but I want to tell you that we are having systems that look and ensure that both the passengers and the people who come to send them off and the people who come to greet them are safe.
I want to believe you, sir.
Work with us, man. And you can help us. I like your first question, If you see something, say something.
All right, sir. All right, give thanks, Alfred McDonald and John Mcfarlane. We give thanks, and I hope the people them listening carefully to what you've been saying. Give thanks.
Give thanks. Blessings.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, that was the Senior Director of Commercial Development and Planning at NMIA, Chief Information Officer at the Airport Authority of Jamaica, Alfred McDonald, and the Commander John Mcfarlane, Acting Senior Director, Airport Operations Center. This is the Steppin Razor. So before we do all of them interview, we'll tell you about the Miss Lou interview, what we did last night with Miss Lou. So we want to play this until the cash pot ready. Here goes.
What you think about all them fashion and style what in a fashion nowadays? The 4-inch and 6-inch above the knee miniskirt. Hey, me no like them at all, missus. The girl them what wearing them look like them push them foot too far in a them, or like them grow them out, and them can't afford to buy cloth for piecing them again. My auntie Rota said that it look like the girl them a take up them skirt tail for match the high cost of living. But some of the miniskirt wearers them overstep them bounds, and them skirt tail gone up higher than the cost of living. For auntie Rota say, if living cost was as high as them miniskirt, the World Bank would have to declare bankruptcy.
That is Miss Lou. That is Miss Lou. Years ago, Miss Lou died and was buried in what them call the Heroes Park. Well, we spend some time down at Heroes Park when we see this debit clock going about Miss Lou and thing. Good night.
Good night, dog. Hi, Musa. You know how long may we see to call me?
Look at why the people them know what talk to me,
What you say?
No, you see, them might think it's a joke thing I work out here, so no, but we want to talk to Miss Lou.
Miss Lou talking to you. Musa, what is wrong with you? You don't hear me.
Yeah, but hear you. You know, hold on, Miss Lou, hold on. You know, it's many. It's 1 o'clock in the night. Me come down a Heroes Park there. I look for you. The last time me hear say check out Marcus Garvey And me I say, is we are going, she gone clear over this and she play over this. So, but now, me find say me gone with Dennis
I have to walk the whole thing, I cannot stay one place. Come on, you know me already. I don't just stay one place. How I go make the culture go, man. I have to stand and walk and run and do everything. And I hear so that Ishawna.
You hear about Ishawna? Okay, Ishawna. So you hear what you say about say how we tablecloth?
I think the news miss me down here. Hey, remember, Sister Church of our own, them are right out play about it now. And you know that Rex is doing a dance about it and a pure bandana. I'm going to put on it on lips now. Let me tell you something, Muta. That girl, she needs to show some respect. You mean, what is this? Now, you can tell me, Ishawna, Lord, poor little thing. She never have on nothing. And at least we wear the tablecloth and we wear as well. My aunt tell me that she love to see me into the tablecloth. Me say, Ishawna, don't look down at me, darling. I am full of culture. Not you, Muta.
Of course, you are the mother, and you are the mother for this thing, I know. The mother, we are
how could she in her life, the Jackie, talk to Jackie from and tell her that she has to talk to the girl. She must know her. You know her?
I don't know her, but I spoke to her last week. Last week I spoke to her and tell her I must apologize, but she said she not apologize. No, she said she not apologize. Poor
little thing. She not have no culture in her heart, my dear. But you know, God has to forgive those who don't know better.
Yeah.
And Muta, I'm telling you, we're having a grand time down here. So we are prepared for independence, you see? Hi, Muta. Me long for see you though, but me no want.
No, what I do? No, you may long for see me. Me never did a raise again. You long for see me. Me not ready for come down there yet because COVID.
Me long to see, but me no want you come. I will come up to you. I'm going to show. I'm going to make that girl this long time girl me never see. When she see me sacrifice music, she has a top foolish talk.
When she
has put herself in place. I know. So not to her. Make her go on, man. I'm going to come one day, see. And when she had gone with her thing, I just show up myself and my tablecloth and thing, and I'm going to show her who Louise is, and Eric is coming too. Yes, my child. So Muta now. What going on the program?
All right, you want to know, Mama, because we are trying to figure out something now. A lot of people start to get the thing twisted now because they might talk about the bandana, what them call it, madras, and they might say it's slavery thing. Slavery cloth, and we know say really India it come from, and you take it and put it on stage.
Yes.
But you're not dressing like that every day.
No, but I can't dress in that every day. That is a culture thing. That's a thing that you use now, and you go on stage and listen, and even if I dress in it every day, master, I look more culture I put it on my body. You know, see.
Like why Ishawna not dressing how she dressed every day. She go up on stage. The thing where she pose off in the paper upon the internet with. It's really a stage thing that cause she don't really walk up and down road and go a bank but change her money in them clothes there. You know, so it's not like say you walk up and down in that. That's
right.
That is a costume.
What you trying to do? Disrespect me?
Yeah, that you do.
Disrespect the culture?
That you do.
I should not apologize.
No, you should not apologize.
God forgive her,
Yeah.
Because me can't bother with them people there when I'm gone with them foolishness, but she's going to see me one of these days, I am going to come up with there, you see, and I'm going to really give it to her. And I'm not going to cut her,
Yeah. Me never cut her either.
But I'm going to just put her in her bicycle place. Right in the corner, make her hold her hand.
Yeah. Miss Lowe.
Sit down in the sun. Dog, master.
Miss Lowe, on a different subject now. What do you think about we are going to Jamaica with the crime? Because when you're there, crime is not states.
Lord, Me see more people down here till me never see nothing so yet, Muta. Me say Muta. As for Westmoreland and Montego Bay and the slackness so I go on. No, Muta.
Yeah, but you don't clear down the sun, you know where I go on a Westmoreland. Say a Westmoreland it a go on with.
Let me tell you, I get divine treatment. I get a call in and a call out. You see like how you call me? You think I don't get calls, Master? I know everything that's going on. No, they have to do better.
Yeah.
You don't know all this zone thing. Hello.
What you know about all this zone thing too?
We went to be like a state.
Yeah.
No, Muta.
But wait, hold on. But you're up to date. You know about all this. I will tell you about this one thing. Tell me. Come here.
I have my little secret, Master, because we have people who just call me and tell me all that is going on. I remember them big shots that down here with me too. Them are other people who call them too. So when them call them tell me. I guess if I go on down here in a pure cascas, Master. You think that me into it big. Muta, you're going with your program still doing it. That is so good, my dear. And that I shall not forget her.
Right,
she's going to get the better of me. She's going to get, and when I done with her, she gets so cultural and she will apologize. So you never see anybody apologize, sir.
Maybe when she there yard by herself, she look into it and say, Chapa, maybe after tonight she hear you, she go say, right, you know, I really apologize to myself.
Yes.
Maybe she take a visit down there. I want them to come down and come down at the park there. Come with a carrier go down to you know. Would I bring her down there?
You can carry her?
Yeah, I would bring her.
I will tell you, you know that they have a big iron pot down there. I'll tell you to meet me right by the big iron pot because we like them things there, you know.
So Marcus Garvey.
Him a gone, you know, because every minute them have like a celebration here and there, you know, everybody want to big up themselves.
Yeah.
So them have like a celebration here and like a celebration there, and me attend all these things, you know.
Yeah.
Me muscle me to every little thing, you know, like a culture to me. We just got culture up somebody over there who don't have no culture like I the same chick there, ishawna. When I done with her, you see, I go to meet her in a corner.
Boy, I can't say your vex.
What is it? You want to get everything out of me tonight, eh?
Yeah, I can't hear say your vex about it. I can't hear your vex. I tell you that
my vex. You know that Jenny and TVJ people them did a chat about it.
Oh, you know
them since night here, them did chat about it.
When?
Yes.
Tonight?
And they did the same lady from university. But what's her name again, Lord?
Oh, dear. Naya, San Naya.
Not Carolyn Cooper. They had a other one who into culture.
Sanjay Naya.
They talk not big, you know.
Oh, when you wait for me to call you, you watch them something.
Yes, when me get the good news from up there, what is going on. And I shall tell them, you know. Lord Master, but I tell you that I'm so proud of myself. I am so proud that I have come all this way and bring up the culture and big up Jamaica. And now this is
yeah.
I don't remember her name no more. You got out of my head. Lord Master. My aunt who tell me that, Lord, sure.
Yeah.
Kiss your teeth, girl. Kiss your teeth and walk them off.
Kiss your foot and walk them off. All right, Mama. Well, Mama, look at me. I come check you down. Me I say race course. But tell a race course them call it again. A Heroes Park.
The Heroes Park. Right by the big iron park them up there. I hope they don't move it in a thing, say, you know. Go check it out though. But meet me right there and we will talk.
All right,
and
Mama.
Give all Jamaica my love.
Yes.
And Lord Master, it's so good to hear you again.
Yeah, Mama, I hear you again.
Yeah, you know, and the next time I see you, I'm going to sing, it's a long time, boy, me never see you. Come at me. But dear, you have a wonderful evening here.
All right, Mama.
Remember,
yes.
don't stop bring up the culture, master, because you're keeping it up. And tell Jenny hello for me.
All right. Yeah.
Lady, the host, that's on JPC.
Dion Matti.
Something there. Tell her hi. And the lady at the university. And some others.
All right, give thanks.
Human rights. Me gone.
Give thanks.
You take care of yourself.
But you know, hold on. You not say no poem for me, man. Or you go right now to no poem for me.
What you say?
You not say no poem. Or you go right now to no poem.
Oh, from the family, no pian. The daughter sued the teeth and Ben Rainfall passing 6 for me son Uriah, please. You want you come go you for call me next time. I'm not talking. No, I'm gone.
All right, give thanks.
Somebody calling me, darling.
All right, give thanks. You see, more people, them here right now, Them here right now. I want to tell that the Taki Heritage Group will have an all-island 14 parish walk around Jamaica. The walk will start at the Taki Falls Cove Beach in Islington, St. Mary on Friday, July the 21st. That is tomorrow, 2017 at 8 a.m. There will be a civics send-off at Friendship Square in Islington beginning at 9 a.m. The walk will be the group's contribution to the Jamaica 55 Emancipation and Independence celebrations. The group also continues to advocate for Chief Taki to be promoted to the status of National Hero of Jamaica. The venture will be under the theme, Let's Make Jamaica Feel Proud. From Islington through Anata Bay into Portland, St. Thomas through Morant Bay, Stony Gut and to Port Royal, Kingston and St. Andrew and St. Catherine through Clarendon, Manchester, St. Elizabeth and Westmoreland and over into Montego Bay, St. James and to Trelawney and then St. Anne through Port Maria and to Grace Inn Sports Complex and finishing up at the charity show at St. Mary, me come from. So that is a serious walk I go on here. So I will not say the brethren, the poor brethren has always been advocating for Taki to be a national hero, which he should be if those of us who know and is not ignorant of the history would know say he has contributed a lot. He was the leader for the biggest slave rebellion in Jamaica. Serious thing.